Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a much awaited moment, a great honor to invite someone who is a beacon of inspiration for millions of Indians, particularly women. And I invite the Honorable Defence Minister to deliver the inaugural address.
Good morning and namaskara. Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, my senior cabinet colleague in the Government of India, Shri Suresh Prabhuji, Minister of State for Defence, Dr. Bamre, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Defence Secretary, Defence Production Secretary, Secretary DRDO, Chief Secretary of Karnataka, and all other dignitaries. Yes, obviously. My senior colleague again in the Union Cabinet, Shri Sadananda Gowdaji, Your Excellencies, Ministers who have come from various different participant countries, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, and invited guests, officers and invited guests. It is one of the calendar events for the city of Bangalore, Bengaluru as it is now known, the Silicon Valley of India as they commonly refer to host this with great sense of pride. Back again after 2 years, because Air Show is held once in 2 years, and this year too, Air Show, the 12th edition, has come back to Bangalore. And we find that over 600 Indian companies and 200 foreign companies are here to participate and also to witness the largest air show of Asia. So it is a very proud moment for India that we are showing this year not just the Air Force and aerospace industry looked at from Defence Ministry's perspective, but civil aviation too has joined hands this time. So this air show is one which blends both the civil aviation industry and also the aerospace as a manufacturing sector in which we are giving a lot of priorities, and from the point of view of Air Force India. So there is this uniqueness about this year's, the 12th edition of Aero Show India, in that it brings all the three together. Aero India therefore intends and it endeavors to put out India on the global map as, metaphorically, a runway to 1 billion opportunities. India provides the runway for 1 billion opportunities. It evinces India's extraordinary progress and powers over the years in the sector of civil aviation and for defence aviation. It is only appropriate that I recall that the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, has repeatedly called India to rise, Indian entrepreneurs to rise and make everything possible that which can be manufactured, to be manufactured in India. And that, in short, is described by the words "Make in India." India has to have a significant contribution to its GDP through the manufacturing sector. From the three sectors, again, Bangalore and Karnataka knows the phenomenal growth of the tertiary sector, the service sector. One of the items which comprises in the service sector basket is the IT sector. The IT sector, the software sector, contributes a very disproportionately high contribution to the GDP. Now, if you're looking at it from the point of view of the three basic sectors of any economy, you have agriculture, you have manufacturing sector, and then you have the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector, which could include tourism, healthcare, and also software and IT sector. Bangalore has already made its mark. Bengaluru as a city also and Karnataka as a state also has made its mark in contributing really a big chunk to the GDP of the country by providing through services sector. But when we talk of Make in India and when we talk of Prime Minister's invitation to not just manufacturers in India but also manufacturers globally who are looking for opportunities, better, efficient scale-up possibilities, and also efficient pricing possibilities, Prime Minister's invitation it was to come and make in India. And in that Make in India proposition, I'm proud to say that the contribution to aerospace sector is very high from this part of the country. And what do they contribute? They contribute world-class components, structures, avionics technology, design, skills, and innovation. And that is why just now we've released a coffee table book which shows and showcases the achievement of the young startups who, very much replicating all that is happening in Israel, are also making sure that through the innovation that they can contribute. Startups are making a very big difference to the aerospace industry. So coming back to the Make in India invitation which the Prime Minister extended, and as an initiative that the government has taken up, you heard the Chief Minister of Karnataka just now speaking about ease of doing business, how Karnataka is making it possible for industries to feel the comfort of coming and starting a business here. Make in India initiative included newer thinking, newer possibilities, and to facilitate all of them is the ease of doing business index that we use. And it is used in order that we rate states, rank states, and see which of them is moving fast towards giving better provisions, better facilities, and better policy framework for industries to come and set up business here. During the last 4 years and the current financial year, that is between 2014-15 to 2018-19, and I'm talking up to October of 2018, 150 contracts worth about 127,500 crores have been signed with Indian vendors for procurement of defense equipment for the armed forces. And this is possible within India, within the 3-4 years that I'm referring to. And again, during the last 4 years, till the current financial year, again up to October 2018, government has accorded acceptance of necessity to 164 proposals worth 2,79,950 crores approximately under the Buy India, Indian IDDM, Buy Indian, and also Buy and Make India or Make in India categories of capital procurement as per defense procurement policy. So this means the RFPs, the request for proposals, are issued to Indian vendors. So that is where I go back to talking about Make in India. We are also from the Defense Ministry ensuring that procurement orders are given to Indian vendors who either with their own technology or technology in association with a company, the original equipment manufacturers who can come from different parts of the world, start producing here. You have an assured market. You have an assured, in fact, a captive buyer in the Indian Armed Forces. And therefore, it is possible for you to achieve the dream of Make in India with your own innovation, the startups, with your own capital because of the various venture capitalists who have come here, and because government has eased the FDI norms. 100% FDI is possible now in the defense sector. So I invite all investors to consider to capitalize on the ecosystem which prevails for aerospace and other segments which can help manufacturing in India. the value of production in respect of OFBs, the Ordnance Factory Boards, and also the defense public sector undertakings has grown from 43,000 crores, 43,746 crores in 2013-14 to 58,163 crores in 17-18, out of which 40% of production is outsourced to the private sector. So when we give an order to the ordnance factories, it is definitely to support a government-run institution, but not at the cost of private sector. Private sector does get quite a lot of these outsourced from the ordnance factories boards, and therefore there is a happy blending of both the private sector and also the public sector under the Make in India. Some of the policy initiatives I would like to underline, because I do see people who are interested in defense manufacturing here before me, and I would take and seek your indulgence if I can just expand on that for a minute. Some of the policy initiatives include 100% in FDI, as I said, in defense manufacturing, Defense Offset Policy 2016, delicensing of defense items, the IDEX for the innovation, and for Defense Investors Cell. So these examples, which I can put before you, will showcase as to how the change in the policy initiatives have helped us. The S-92 helicopter cabin, advanced aircraft cockpit, glass cockpit for Dornier, and CH-47 pylon for Boeing, which are displayed in the Indian pavilion, are classic examples of how policy initiatives have helped these production items. India has manufactured till date more than 4,000 aircrafts, which include the LCA, LCH, ALHS, and C295s, and so on. So, if these kind of production levels can be maintained and improved upon, I see a great possibility for the OEMs from abroad to come find their joint venture partners so that production can be scaled up. You have a captive market in India, and also the export policy for defense products are also being eased so you can export from India. The robust defense supply chain in India would not have been possible without more than 10,000 micro, small, medium entrepreneurs across the country, who in turn make 80% of the components, aggregates, and assemblies of complex weapon systems and aircrafts. There are now more than 424 companies which have obtained the license for defense production. This number has almost doubled over the last 4 years. Ease of doing business again, I wish to say Defense Investor Cell was set up only in January 2018 during the Defense Expo. Over 350 industries have been facilitated by the cell till date, and that is within less than 1 year. 275 ordnance factory items have been denotified and are now available for production by the industry. Testing facilities for the DPSUs and OFs have all been established, and they are opening up also for private industries to come and do their testing in these places. Trade Receivable Electronic Discount Systems, the TREDS, is under implementation in all defense PSUs and also in ordnance factories. I can probably expand a bit more, if you would permit me, that foreign investments, up to 49% is allowed through automatic route, and above 49% we go through the government route. But significant FDI flows in defense and aerospace sectors have been witnessed. I just give you some figures. During 2014-18, the 4 years, 6 companies in defense and aerospace sectors obtained government approval for FDI of 237 crores, while FDI over 200 crores has been received through the automatic route. So it is moving fast. A quick word on the defense corridors. 2 corridors have been established by Government of India, one touching up to Hosur and touching up to Bangalore and Tumkur, but going further till Chennai. Similarly, one in the north for Uttar Pradesh. Both these have 6 different hubs within them where the production of defense equipments can be undertaken. Now, if the hubs are being established in the corridors, we've also funded activities by entrepreneurs who want to have innovative centers among themselves. So, for instance, in Kodisia, Coimbatore, we've granted funds to make them as Defense Innovation Hub. A similar hub will be established also in the Uttar Pradesh corridor. A word on limiting ourselves to just 2 corridors. 2 corridors with 6 hubs each was to focus and concentrate all our resources in such a way that common testing facilities and grounds for testing and also quality establishment can be spent optimally. But that doesn't stop us from having centers which can produce defense equipment elsewhere. Like I'm very happy to say Raksha Rajya Mantri Dr. Bamre took initiative to make sure the Aurangabad-Nasik belt does get its due, because there's a lot of organically grown defense manufacturing medium-sized industries who are there, who I myself experienced participating in the Hanover Messe. They go globally. So Raksha Rajya Mantri also took initiative and had that particular hub around Maharashtra's Aurangabad and Nasik, also to develop with equal facilities being provided as much as we are providing in the defense corridors. So possibilities exist, initiatives are abound all over, and the ministries are working together. I would invite each of the participants who have come here, both as exhibitors and participants who are showcasing their airways, will please look at the possibilities of working together with the ministry. Secretary Defense Production, Dr. Ajay Kumar, has taken extraordinary efforts to make sure that the cell that is initiating and facilitating the manufacturers who wish to partner with Indian companies should do its best. They are accessible online, so you really physically don't have to appear in the South Block talking to him. Online, a lot of facilitation is happening. I take this opportunity also to talk of 1 minute talk of the achievements of both private and public defense industry. Some of the major achievements that I want to put before you include the 155 mm or 52 caliber self-propelled howitzer gun, advanced towed artillery gun systems 155 mm 52 caliber, then high altitude UAVs, commissioning of indigenous Scorpion, INS Kalvari, development of 2 indigenous ATGMs, upgradation of air defense gun L-70, LAC Tejas 2, integrated air command and control system, Akash missile system, and so on. So I'm quite happy to be here and list out the achievements, because this is an important occasion for all our discerning audience to know as to how tremendous progress is being made. The potential of the defense exports is an important area which I'll, just before concluding my speech, like to highlight. The potential for defense exports. Some of the important achievements again in this area are Dornier aircraft DO-228 exported to Mauritius, ALH Dhruv exported to Nepal, Maldives and Mauritius again, Cheetal helicopter exported to Afghanistan, radar warning receiver exported to Russia, thermal image fire control system exported to Israel, Airvan 8 to Botswana. These achievements are possible due to focused defense export policy, which includes schemes for promotion of defense exports, export promotion body, online portal, and also the process of granting no objection certificates for export of defense materials and stores being simplified. So then there are enough and more for participants like you who are very discerning to see and also learn from this 4-day exposure that you have here. I wouldn't take more of your time. You've given me your indulgence. lots more activity today. So thank you very much for participating and being with us. We have quite a lot of opportunities in defense, both as for manufacturing and also because India is, in any case, a big market for defense manufacturers. Grateful for your participation. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Defence Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman. It's wonderful, isn't it, to get the big picture and the initiatives of the government to power the aerospace sector.